What's going on, boys? It is Smelly Jelly here. I am doing a little bit of a different format for my post theater sit downs, but I just got out of the theater watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Let me tell you, I did not expect that many people to come see this movie, especially with all the bad reviews it's been getting. It's getting a lot of half star and 1 star reviews. And I think with a title like that and a premises that this movie has, with it's a Winnie the Pooh slasher movie, you're gonna draw people in. A lot of the general audience, a lot of the more casual horror audience crowd in. So I totally get these reviews because on like that technical and like kind of specs level, it's a bad movie. The audio quality is very poor. There's a lot of mic pops. It sounds very gross. The score is very boring. It made me really reflect, like, a lot of these slasher movies, you need a good score to kind of deliver those stalking, those creeping scenes along swimmingly. Without it, it just kind of made me, in this movie in particular, it made me go like, come on, let's get on with it. So yeah, bad audio, the CGI, and I expected CGI. It's a cheaper movie. I did not expect practical. Of course, I'm gonna prefer practical, but it didn't look good. It looked very cheap, very lower budget. There were some scenes that definitely used some practical effects, and those scenes looked fine, but most of them, yeah, didn't look good. The acting, and I'm not coming here for the acting. I'm not coming here for good performances, but one in particular, Christopher Robin in this movie was just awful. His actor was just very drab and very dull, and I felt like some of the scenes in this movie, his role kind of really demanded some emotion, some kind of display of fear, and he just had none of that in this movie. It's just not a very great performance on his end. So I totally get where a lot of these poor and like bad reviews are coming from. But I think if you're used to B horror movies, you're used to that dip in quality, there's really not a lot to complain here because it's still, again, this theater was packed and everybody was laughing and having fun, having a good time. There's still a lot there for the more slashery and B horror fans. It has good kills, the pacing moves along just fine, it knows exactly what you're here for. It kind of reminded me of the Wrong Turn movies, and take that as you will. I know a lot of those movies get kind of some flack, even amongst the slasher fans, but it definitely had similar vibes to that, especially taking place in a more outdoors kind of setting, 100 Acre Woods. It's the sculpts too for like the masks. I think they had to have been masks. Piglet looked like a mask. Pooh Bear, I don't know, but it looked great. Like, it looked really nice. A standout scene for me, like, I have to point this one out because I'm a fan of Halloween Kills, sue me. And I can't believe it's only been 2 years and we're already ripping scenes from that movie. But spoiler alert for that movie, and I guess minor spoiler alert for this movie. It's really no big deal. But in Halloween Kills, when Michael Myers is just getting the shit beat out of him by Haddonfield, and he just kind of gets like that power creep, that power scaling moment where he stops taking the beating and just starts killing everybody. That happens in this movie, like, to a T, and it is fantastic. I loved it. I'm gonna have to give this one a pretty, 5 out of 10. It has a lot of faults to it. If you're not a fan of that kind of realm of horror, the cheaper, more kind of budget focused, like smaller budget focused slasher movies, just skip out on it, even if the title's drawing you in. But if you're a fan of those, definitely get some friends, go see it this weekend. You can't go wrong. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have some laughs. Thank you so much for sticking around for another post-theater sit-down. Comment down below. Let's talk some movies. Give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you guys next time.